Yo, hey everybody. I am currently, I don't know, I haven't been doing any live streams for a little while because I've been trying to settle my setup here and also recording videos for work and stuff. Uh, but let me, I don't know, I've been just trying to test things because I've been trying to run down some line noise issues and effectively have just ripped out all the Eurorack stuff. And I think I don't know, Eurorack just tends to be super noisy. So I've also, with some of the changes, been able to free up some desk space so I can kind of bring stuff in and out like I wanted to, but still have a pretty solid setup here. So mostly just trying to run down a few things to kind of see how they're working. So I don't know if you want to hang out or ask questions or anything, feel free. Otherwise, I'm just kind of bouncing around, seeing what works and doesn't. Got a little side shot here. That camera seems to have held out at least. So, I don't know. Let's just get something going. I was just playing around with this. As I said, I'm mostly trying to listen to see if I get any really egregious line noise. Probably going to do some testing on some latency recording into the SP404 Mark II because, fun thing, the MPC's now my brain for everything hooked up here. So even though the audio interface can monitor ins 1 through 8, honestly, to really route everything correctly, I have to go through using the Akai MPC as my mixer. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to just try I think right now the only thing I don't have cables for is the audio out from the MPC to go into the Access Virus to just use that. And I might try and figure out how to hook up some guitar pedals, but I don't think I have enough inputs, or I don't think I have enough inputs to get that seamlessly, but I don't know, we'll see. So let's first just start powering everything on. See if we pick up any line noise that way. I hear hard drive. Oh, that's an airplane. So I probably can hear some of the. Yeah, you hear a little bit of a hard drive noise from the Z8, but so far, I mean, line low. The noise floor is pretty low, I think. Otherwise, okay. Let me get my notebook. And actually I gotta tweak it to update because I did the previous setup I had going, the SP404 Mark II was not cabled in at all. So it meant unplugging something else to juggle stuff around. And I don't know, I'm not gonna be able to play the virus here sideways very well. I mean, I can do knobs and change presets, but probably not playing chords on it. Is this, yeah, this one. So it's kind of a weird angle, but I'm gonna switch over on the mix or the Behringer 1820. I'm gonna switch it so it's just inputs 1 and 2. That way we can make sure everything's routing correctly through the MPC. And I don't have anything hooked up on inputs 1 and 2. They're kind of like, I'm keeping those saved for, I guess, guest instruments. All right. We're getting MIDI, which is good. Let's go new audio track. IO audio in. Let's see, virus should be, it says inputs 3 and 4. seeing some level, which is good. Let's turn monitoring to in. All right, that's good. Next up, actually, you know what? As we go through this, let's just name everything. 'Cause otherwise, I've been meaning to set up a template here, so might as well just do it as we go through. All right, access virus. Do a new track. MIDI. I'll just call this. Maybe I should just call it virus, so we don't take up so much space. Virus MIDI. And close the IO. Send to. No. MIDI out. It is Mio XL DIN 5. Looks good. All right. We'll keep plugging here. Let's go another audio track. Well, I don't have Eurorack anymore. The next one is, let me get a pen. Up next, so this is now the SP404 Mark II. Okay, that one's 404. I'll have to rewrite all this, but that's okay. Audio track. We'll say 404 Mark II. Close. And that is audio in 5 and 6, I think. Oh, I don't have monitoring on. All right, that one's good. Go MIDI. Rename 404 Mark II MIDI, and that's going to be MPC-A, I think. Just lined up weird, but it works. All right. After that, virus 404 VX90 audio VX90 monitor in should be 7 and 8, right? Yep. And I'll just switch over and make a MIDI track. I forget which button I got to push to tell it. Oh, don't delete. There's like a push button that you can get it to generate a single note. I just forget which one it is offhand. VX90 MIDI. And the VX is DIN 2. You can see the MIDI LED lighting up, so we're good. All right. We're maybe getting close to halfway through. All right. Audio, next one, S950. S950. We'll go in, and this one is actually only one. It's just mono. It's just the mixed mono. And I do need to keep in mind that the system sometimes likes to not send anything, and I have to drop it. I really need to take it apart and repair it, but let's see, S950, I think is 9, input 9. Now it's 11. So my notes are wrong. S950. So my other note for the S1000 is off. All right, input 11, new track. Actually, name it. Name it. S950. Close. New track, MIDI. S950 MIDI. We'll be able to get to do something fun here in a little bit, I hope. MIDI for S950 is DIN 1. Cool. All right. I can do that. I actually have the AKG is hooked up on the other pair. So let's go. Was it the D880? Yeah. D880 mic. So that'll be on 12. I'm going to leave that off because I don't want to just be picking up random background noise. 12. No. Oh, because it's off. Right. So that works. I'm going to leave it off, though. I just don't want it up most of the time. Okay. New. S1000. So we'll do another audio track. S1000. Close. I will have to fiddle with it for a minute, but this should be 13, 14. We'll make a MIDI track as well, just so I can send it over. The S1000, the program I have it loaded up right now is, I don't know, it doesn't assign a sample to it. I did it this way to make it easier to record into, but I'll have to go load something. All right, so from here, MIDI out is 3. I do see the MIDI blinking, so I just got to go edit the program. Edit program. Key group. I don't have a webcam over here, so I guess I can't show you what the heck I'm doing, but we'll go cursor There we go. Seems to work fine. Cool. Next up, we've got the Z8. I think we just got Z8 and Iridium from here. Z8. Edit name. I do want to try on the Behringer 1820. It does have SPDIF and ADAT. I'm using the ADAT for expanding the audio. I do think that I could free up a couple channels if I can get the Z8 to work over SPDIF, but I haven't gotten it to talk yet. So either I got a setting problem or you can't do ADAT and SPDIF at the same time. I'm just not sure, but all right, Z8's going to have another problem where I don't have anything loaded, but we can load stuff in a second. New track, MIDI, Z8, MIDI, close, and output. Z8 is on DIN 4. I do see on MIDI A, the Z8's actually got a MIDI A and MIDI B, kind of like what you get on the MPC Live and X. So let's see, I gotta load something here. I'll select the USB drive. Let's see, can we just load that? Load. Oh, I only meant to load one sample, but we're loading 33. All right. Actually, it might be a program. Maybe we'll just be able to test. Come on. All right, program. Key group. Oh no, I just loaded samples. Darn it. Okay, we're getting MIDI over. Not hearing anything. So, did I do something wrong? Oh, I never set an input. In and Z8 says 13, 14. I think that's wrong. I think it's 15, 16. There we go. Just not a very loud sound. All right. Just adjusting the levels. I have so much gain staging to do here as well, but I'm not going to do that today. All right. Iridium, and then it's really mostly just whatever I plug in as other stuff later. All right. New track, audio, Iridium. Come on, Iridium. There we go. Close and This must be, I wrote 1718, so maybe I got that one right. We'll see. Yep. New track, MIDI, Iridium, MIDI. All right. Close, and this is DIN 6. Oh boy. Stop. Got a MIDI loop here. What's going on here? 6 send to comes in from all ports. What happens if I change? Okay. I'm afraid we're not getting note off events. Or we're just getting weird interface bugs here. Say off. Yeah. There must be a setting on the Iridium. I gotta take a note. All right. Iridium MIDI loop question. At least with this, we can now. Before I get crazy, let's. I think I gotta rename this one. We'll just go rename it to just virus. I'll save it as a template. And then we can goof around and maybe make a track or something. So we'll go save, project, SSD, project. I want to make a new folder. I'm just going to call it templates. This is the first time I've actually done this. MPC brain. I don't know. I don't think this will be useful for anybody else, but we can, or should now, be able to just record out some MIDI. Now let's go for the tone here, S950 tone. Go notes, get out of C major. Let's go F sharp minor. A little bit more gain on the S950, but I think I'm going to have to do it on the interface. I think we got to make some headroom. All right. Because this is pretty high. Back to S950. And I gotta remember, the volume knob does nothing on the Akai. We should be able to turn this up a little bit higher. There we go. Found the right knob. All right. Gotta get used to that. Let's go back to the VX90. Gotta hit auto tune because it's out of tune. All right. The VX90 is actually a analog synth with analog chips in it, and if you don't tune it, you get like some of those bum notes. All right, we're back. We are back. Try a different patch. The baseline right now is the S950. It has got the default, just the tone. It's just a very short sine wave. That is it's just, if you don't have anything loaded into the S950, it will just load up a sine wave. I've actually posted it on my website, I think. I posted up before, just like recording the tone as a key group for the MPC for anybody that wanted to use it. I don't know, I can probably try and dig it up later. And also, hello RaidBot. Let's erase that. Select all, automation. I think I need to make volume. It's not the velocity, it's the length. Let's go timing correct off. Edit end. Just make it a little shorter for some of these. Tiny bit shorter. There we go. Just makes it a little bit more gentle. The S950 is not doing the drums right now. The MPC is doing the drums. I can show you. Gonna just switch cameras here. Yeah, so this is just the VX90 MIDI notes. If I go out here, I just loaded up the trap kit, so nothing too like fancy. It's just the MPC's doing the work here for the drums. If I did everything correctly though, and I might do this, I could probably record these drums out. So if I switch back cameras here, I gotta get my Stream Deck set up with button positioning. Let me adjust the camera. I'll take it down. So for the S9, so the S950 is right here. The line in is, I got like a 90-degree angle adapter cable. So I should be able to route audio from the MPC for whatever I want from any of these devices that I've got like programmed in now. Send it to the S950, record in whatever I want, and then like use that to tone things, or similarly do the same thing with like the S1000 or the Z8. So I mean, right now I gotta take this thing apart and replace the screen eventually, because it is kind of hard to read. Probably if I adjust the camera lower, you could probably read it. How am I gonna twist it here? Yeah, so like you can see, like it says tone program, but it's, you gotta hit it at just the right angle to be able to read it. So it's a little bit of a tricky thing to get going here, I guess, but I'm getting there. All right, can we go virus? Why am I not hearing the virus? Oh, there we go. Something. Try a different patch. Why does it sound like I get an arpeggiator? No, repeat. ARP's not on. Maybe this? I guess the patch has an arpeggiator on it. Weird, I'm watching the virus and it's getting, I wonder if it's aftertouch. So I was just watching the display and sometimes it's getting a control knob change. Might be aftertouch. Probably get some MIDI settings I gotta dig through here. Didn't grab that. I put it in there. Nudge. Timing correct. Back on. Whoops. Let's see if we can get the Iridium. Actually, let's go for the SP404 Mark II. Heard something. None of those are lined up. Let's go chromatic. thought it was like C2, but is it set up right? MPC-A is right. Definitely. I can play the SP404. What am I missing? Something I did wrong. I doubt these are backwards, but I could have sworn it was working when I was testing it earlier, but we'll switch them. Nah, I think shouldn't be, I'm let's see, I think what I'm going to try, so, because I'm just not, I'm not seeing the MIDI over here at all, but what I want to try just to test a couple of things is I'm going to go Shift Utility, go into MIDI, I'm going to go Pad Note out to on, there we go, so we're seeing it now, so I do have them hooked up right. So if I record this, it should send it back. Alright, so I just was playing the wrong note then. C-1. Oh, maybe I go to 16 levels. I mean, where are we? C. So I needed to go down another octave. There we go. That's why it wasn't working, wasn't down far enough. Okay, as we're continuing to test, we can go to, let's go S9, S1000. Go back to pad performance. Let's try chords. We'll double this up. Double length. Get 4 bars. That was easy. Z8. This chime is probably not tuned at all. Oh, are we still in chord mode? Actually, it doesn't sound that bad. We'll just leave it. I thought I'd go back to notes. That's probably also why it wasn't sounding quite tuned right, but it's fine. We've turned it into some percussion. Alright, Iridium, but that has a MIDI loop problem. Let's see, let's get into global MIDI. Outputs, send CC on, that's fine. Sync. MIDI clock. It's not getting MIDI, so it's the side. Alright, we gotta go back to settings. I'm just gonna write down a note. Check MIDI clock and transport settings. What I'm a little concerned about, but I'm not seeing a setting, I might have to Google this, is I think we might have MIDI through. Oh wait, I've plugged the MIDI out into the MIDI through. That would cause all of the problems I've been having. Okay, that should actually solve the problem. Alright, let's go back to the Iridium. Get out of, let's try getting out of chords. A couple of those seemed not great. Gotta be careful because I need to turn pad note off again. What here? You want to know what this is? If this is what you're asking, this is the SP404 Mark II. Well, camera-wise, I guess you can't see. I got a notebook, some other stuff, but yeah, this is. I'm assuming you're talking about this to the right. If I change camera angles, but if, right now I've been kind of trying to get everything in on my desk set up and working. So let's see. This is. I can turn the camera a little, but got the VX90. S950, Access Virus. Up top, I'm not doing anything with them right now, but I get like some the the SP404 Mark II. If you're new here, I'm getting close to having done 1,000 videos on just this thing by itself. It is, yeah, it's like, if you aren't familiar with the SPs, it's a really quick sampler, can do all kinds of, it's like an effect box as well. I would say the MPC has a lot of effects, but you have to like understand what they're doing to tune them. The SP404 Mark II effects are pretty typically less controls, but they've been tuned to be, I would say, more performance ready. This also can function as a audio interface for your computer and allows you to kind of keep running. So there's not like a controller mode like there is on the MPC. You just plug it in and you can still keep sampling and using it the way that you would. It has a fairly basic sequencer on it, but I mean, you can get a lot done with it. It's got a DJ mode in it, like if you have tracks that you want to mix between, you can do some fun stuff. Yeah, right now the MPC is actually sending the note here to the SP404 Mark II. So at the moment I'm using the MPC as the sequencer. So if I go here, you can see like these drum kick hits are, I played them on the SP404 Mark II, but I recorded them into the MPC here. So like I can come in and if we go back to chromatic, what am I doing wrong? Does it leave? Oh, it's lower. So I can like add in some other stuff. Sounds terrible. We'll just erase those and pretend they didn't happen. I actually mostly, why is that not erasing? Oh, I erased the drums, didn't I? Whoops. Well, whatever. Yeah, like the SP404 Mark II is it's a nice sequencer when you don't have any other sequencer. But I hear ya. It's not always great. So yeah, like, I don't know, I've been thinking, I had been thinking for a long time I should get the MPC kind of set up as the brain for everything. I've had the hardware to mostly do it, but when I started doing all the videos and streaming and stuff, I had been using the Behringer 1820 as my audio interface for my computer, and because of doing that, I wasn't using it hooked into the MPC, but I was like, you know, I haven't used it as a interface for the computer for a while. I've switched over to using the Teenage Engineering TX6 for a couple reasons. I had moved the Behringer 1820 into the basement, and along with my Mio XL, that's the MIDI interface that's allowing me to hook everything together. So I can move the other camera down and then show you. I'll switch cameras. Hopefully I got it lined up close enough. Yeah, I could maybe just turn it. So up top here is the Behringer 1820. It actually is one of the few USB audio devices that I've seen very consistently does a good job being a USB audio interface for the MPC. So I have used it in the past, but as I said, like this, like kind of moving stuff over, this is the first time I've done it. This gives me 18 inputs and 20 outputs total. I'm using almost all of the inputs. As you can see, I'm not using input 1 and 2 over here. I figured they're on the front. I would leave them as kind of a guest, or like if I want to add in another device to just record some videos real quick. It's just an easy way to not have to like tear everything down and move stuff around. So that's basically my main audio interface. Underneath it, this box that's got like the red on it is, what is it, the ADA 8200 or something. It's basically a ADAT interface that I have hooked into the back of the Behringer 1820. It's giving me another 8 ins and outs. It has, as you can see, it's got like XLR microphone jacks. It can do phantom power and stuff if you want. Like, it's more kind of, I think, built for somebody that wants to do a ton of, like, you want to like mic up a drum kit or something. I'm just using it as a line audio interface. The fronts are easy because it's got XLR and line inputs. The back, however, is all XLR outs, and that's a little bit more tricky for me to... I don't have enough XLR to TRS cables right now to kind of keep hooking things up. And then underneath here is the Mio XL. So this is what's running most of the MIDI as a USB MIDI device to get everything kind of hooked up. And then underneath here at the bottom, I've got a bunch of rack stuff for the microphone effects that I'm talking into right now. So it's lots of just little bits of gear to get all this stuff hooked up and working. Still got a few more things to set up, but actually I'm pretty happy with how it's been coming together. The biggest thing I've been trying to figure out was where to hook in the SP404 Mark II, and now that I've decided to pull out the Euro rack because it's just so noisy, like, I mean, I mostly decided to, I was like, I'm just going to stream some of this because I've been trying to get like through some line noise issues, and as soon as I unplugged the Euro rack, it just all went away. So that, I mean, not fully, but the noise floor is ridiculously lower comparatively. So I guess that's a good thing. So I may end up just deciding to leave. I don't know. I've been off and on about thinking about selling off my Euro rack gear, so it may end up happening. I just say, you know what? I'm done. I could just stick with way too many samplers and a handful of synths. Just call it a day. All right. What other stuff do I want to test here? I did want to test... One thing I'm going to have to figure out is how I'm going to go about taking notes to know what patches everything is using for all these synths and stuff. I might just name it in the track or something, because that's going to be my next pain, is recreating this stuff, or I just have to record everything out to audio tracks and just be done with it, because then at least with the audio tracks I can stem out to get it into a DAW or whatever. I did want to send audio from something into the SP404 Mark II. And I should be able to send something to the S950 as well. So let's give that a good old try. Need my brain to work through this. We'll go virus into the SP404 Mark II. Let's find something. All right, that's sufficiently crazy and different. All right, so I gotta go IO. If I did this correctly, we're now sending audio to. Why are we hearing it? We're sending it to 3 and 4 out. Where did I? 3 and 4 is going to the S950. That one is okay. So right now we're sending it there. I want to go to the 404. That says it's 9 and 10. Okay. That works. Run it through scatter, downer. I have so much gain staging work to do here because we're clipping. We can see the, you may not be able to see super well over OBS, but it is clipping here from time to time. Well, it sounds sufficiently fine. Let's just go back to, not submix, 1 and 2. Let's send drums. We can send this drum kit. Let's send it over to the S950. Make sure that works. We're going to go... I got to redo all these notes, but the output that goes to the S950 is... Survey says 3... Oh, that's right, 3 and 4. So we just... I was saying 3 and 4 is fine. All right, I can switch the camera over. See if that lines up all right. Yeah, got a little bit of a cable mess here, but clean that out of the way. All right, move the microphone a bit. So if I go record and just scroll down here, probably super hard to see the interface. I mean, I'm having a hard time seeing it diagonally, but so I'm just going to say push 1. Okay, we're definitely sending audio over. Let's solo this. Right. If I solo, then we're not able to see the audio. So basically what I need to do is press any key to start recording. We'll just do it. It's gonna be like super loud probably. We only recorded for a second, so it shouldn't be too crazy. Oh, we're probably... Yeah, it worked. I think we only recorded like 2 seconds. So we can definitely get crunchy. I want to check the record level, so we're going to do that again. 1. There we go. It's not quite so hammered in and clipping. We're just doing like a second. Yeah, that sounds way cleaner. So I do like to record into the S950 because sometimes you get like really fun tones out of it. Or just like stuff you wouldn't expect normally. So let's go zip around here. I'm gonna bring the outputs for the drums back. We can send some other stuff over, and I'm just gonna, yeah, it's just 2 seconds. What might be fun? We can send the virus over. So let's get more than 4 seconds. Let's go like 8 seconds. 8. There we go. Well, then we'll scroll down. 1. All right. Now we gotta go S950 MIDI. Yeah, I don't know, just doing this stuff, you like start getting like really weird tones and stuff that you don't always expect. That's apparently as low as we can go. But all right, I mean, it works. That's the important part. Virus. I'll have to figure my way around for doing some of this rerouting faster. Might be from the mix page. Might be easier. I'll have to decide if I want to keep the MIDI and audio tracks beside each other, but I don't know. That's a different day, I guess. I'm gonna drop here, I guess, and just say thanks everybody for hanging out. Keep having fun. Keep making music. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.